everyone. Well, technically happy calendar new year, because everyone knows the true new year is actually the spring equinox, but we'll get into that later into the vlog. But I'm excited to start off the year with a vlog, just kind of updating you guys and just showing you the refinement that is about to happen in 2026. I can understand when people are always like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna rebrand, there's nothing wrong with rebranding. You can rebrand as many times as you want. But I think the proper term is refinement, especially if you know you made a lot of progress in the previous year and you just want to compound on top of that. So this year is about refinement. But like I said, we'll get into that more so later into the vlog. Today I have a lot on the schedule, honestly this entire weekend, but one thing that really makes me feel always put together when I'm at home, you guys, is a really good matching set. And in this case, it's a pajama set from Quince. This is their linen pajama set, and this is the short sleeve and shorts combo. I also have some Australian fur slides that's also from Quince. I'm obsessed with these. They are so comfortable, y'all. There's like a slight padding in it, and it's very warm. Here in Houston, I feel like the weather is fluctuating so much. It's like making me sick every time it gets back like cold, but then it like jumps to being warm again. Like Christmas was actually warm, which is crazy. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day was chilly, and now it's warm again, which is crazy. So it's too hot to go to bed in a long sleeve set. But of course, I have another linen set from Quince that's also linen, this same tan shade, but it's long sleeve and has pants. So this is how it looks. It's gorgeous. This one is slightly different because it has the white lining trim on it, and I have both of my sets in the size small. But I want you guys to definitely check this out because the quality of this linen is amazing. It's very breathable, and I don't know if you guys heard, but sleeping in linen is actually like very healing instead of like polyester sets. So I try to like wear either satin, linen, or cotton sets when I'm going to bed. Satin is more so like too hot to wear if it's like in the summertime, so I try to stay away from that unless it's like short sleeve and tanks. But this set is gorgeous. So if it definitely, you know, gets a little bit colder as, you know, January, February approaches, I will definitely be wearing this at night. And then like when I'm around the house, I just feel like wearing pajama sets if I know I'm not going anywhere. Like I said, it just makes me feel put together because it's a matching set. Like when I was in high school and middle school, I was always wearing like a random t-shirt, a random pair of shorts, like nothing matched. But it's nothing that feels better than just looking put together while you're still lounging at home. But for breakfast today, I have some Japanese sweet potato. This has been like my hyper fixation for the last few weeks. Japanese sweet potato tastes so good, and I just basically like cubed them up and baked them to make them like a little bit crispier. And then I have a little drizzle of sriracha sauce, and then I have me a egg salad sandwich. This is on Ezekiel bread, and I also added like the nothing but bagel seasoning into the mixture. But this is a good protein source to start off your morning with. So this year I really want to focus on wellness and trying to incorporate high protein breakfast into my diet and going towards the more whole foods route instead of just eating a lot of processed things. I was obsessed with chicken sausages that you could just already buy pre-made. If you guys saw my last vlog, I showed you how I make them homemade just from ground chicken. But for this week, I just went with the egg salad sandwich and Japanese sweet potato. I'm trying to like go back into like my whole meal prepping phase. I don't meal prep for the like full 7 days of the week. I mainly eat during the work week, so Monday through Friday, or cook at home Monday through Friday, and then I eat out on the weekends. I feel like that's the most sustainable thing to do. You know, just have a little balance because your girl still loves to eat out, okay? I am a foodie at heart. And then for digestion, we have some lemon ginger tea. Now it's red because I like to add a splash of juice in mine to sweeten it up. So in this case, I went with 100% pure cranberry juice. Sometimes I may add a little clove water to it for better detoxification, but having something warm in the morning definitely helps, you know, just your digestive tract to get going. So I'm going to eat this up, and on today's agenda, I'm going to be taking down all my decorations. Now I know a lot of people have their different things that they do for New Year. Some people, you know, eat collard greens and beans and certain things for prosperity, all that stuff. I personally don't do that. Y'all already know I'm a picky eater. If you don't know, Okay, I am a picky eater. I wasn't doing none of that. But what I definitely stick to is making sure everything is clean, all your laundry is done before New Year's Day. So I did all that New Year's Eve morning, okay? So I went into the new year with laundry done, the house is already clean. The only thing I didn't technically do, which I reserved for today, was to take down all of my Christmas decorations. So all I technically have is, you know, the tree and the garland that's on top of my bed. A lot of knick-knack stuff, so gotta take that down. And of course my mirror garland. But I need to go to Walmart to get like a bigger like container storage, because I feel like a lot of my stuff is like the fall stuff that's in my container. I also have my 36-piece winter wardrobe out because I'm going to be filming how I style that today. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because I am going to drop the actual video of like the details of what's in the winter capsule haul or capsule wardrobe. I loved my fall capsule wardrobe. I swear by it. Love the concept. So I decided I'm going to do that for the entire year, for every single season. So y'all stay tuned for that. But let's get the day started. Okay y'all, the sun is starting to go down and I officially managed to pretty much put just about all my Christmas decor up, so I'm really happy about that. But in the midst of that, I went ahead and started setting up for filming tomorrow. So swapped out all my pillows, because you know, you guys, that was pretty much like one of the main things that I had as part of like my decorations. I need to like fluff them up again since I took the covers off, but put my plants back over there in the corner where my tree was at, and then took the pillow covers off of the sofa, swapped that out, swapped out the decor that was on the sofa table, also the coffee table. But I have my accessories laid out because I'm such a visual person that I decided that I'm going to pretty much film my styling segment of my 36-piece capsule wardrobe. By the time y'all see this vlog, the capsule wardrobe will already be out, so make sure you guys check that out. I'll put it in the description box down below. But I'm going to style all the items tomorrow. I decided not to do it today because I feel like I would have been like super burnt out, because I just spent literally almost 2 hours taking everything down. But because of that, I wanted to mention the fact that I decided to go with a half Christmas tree was actually really smart of me, because it didn't really take long to put the tree down. Luckily for me, the box actually still fits the tree in it, so that cut down time in half. It's a half tree, half the time. Girl math, okay? So yeah. But I just wanted to show you how cute these winter accessories are. I don't know why my camera keeps like not focusing. I need to fix this. Maybe it's time for me to get a new camera, who knows. But I kind of like laid it out over here, especially like the jewelry on the coffee table, because I film from this angle right here, and it'll just be easy for me to kind of look over this way to see what I want to add to each outfit look. So stay tuned for that. And then in my room, I'm back to the basics. I went through some makeup today, so don't mind that, but Christmas decor is down. One thing I want to keep in mind for next year is how messy that like crystal frosted garland was, because I decided to like pull the covers up as I was taking it down because I knew it was going to kind of like sprinkle everywhere, especially towards the top of the bed. And with me having like the upholstered fabric headboard, and I used those T-pins, which was smart by the way, because that was like the only way it was going to stay, because command hook strips were not sticking onto that. I knew I was gonna have to vacuum up all that stuff because a lot of it did sprinkle all over my rug, the floor, the bed, all of that. And I went through with my like mattress vacuum cleaner and vacuumed the headboard itself. But yeah, back to the basics to start the new year. Now for Christmas, I got a pink iMac computer, y'all. Let me tell you, this has been on my Pinterest board, my wish list, since I was like a sophomore in college, and my boyfriend purchased this for me for Christmas, so I'm super excited about it. I actually set it up a couple of days ago. If you guys follow me on TikTok and Instagram, you saw I basically did like the unboxing and just setting up the new desk area, because this looked totally different before I set it up. I had like the black desktop razors, all that. So I decided to go with a acrylic slash gold and pink theme. I might end up purchasing a skin to cover the pink, because like low-key it doesn't technically go with my overall apartment aesthetic, but it's so pretty. I don't know, I might keep it like this. I went with some faux hydrangeas to kind of, you know, liven up the space a little bit. And I have basically all acrylic desk accessories, because this is my laptop stand, and then I have my acrylic book stand. Now I originally bought this riser with the intentions to put my computer on it, but I didn't really measure or realize how low my office nook shelving comes down. So just to back up and show y'all, like, it's pretty low. If this was raised up maybe like a couple more inches, I would have had enough space to actually use the risers according to how it's supposed to be used. Now it came with 2 other sets of risers to connect to this middle piece, so instead I just let the desktop be on the counter itself, and then I decided to just use the middle piece of that acrylic riser just kind of as my like little desk hutch organizer with all my pens, pencils, and you know, just desk accessories. I already had this, but yeah, all the accessories are acrylic. Have this cute little LED lamp back there, just adorable. This is my iPad stand, but I'm obsessed. So let's get into these 2026 intentions. Okay, remember how I mentioned earlier the term rebranding slightly irritates me when it comes to a New Year's resolution, right? Because it's just like this entire concept of clean slating everything and starting over. Sometimes you don't even need to start over. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, I feel like I was already in the flow state of Q3 and Q4 of 2025. So my term is going to be refinement in 2026 instead of rebrand. And there's nothing wrong with rebranding. You can rebrand as many times as you want in your life. I've rebranded quite a lot, okay? If you guys have been rocking with me since I started YouTube, okay? You guys watched me from high school through college to now I'm in my late 20s, okay? I think the right term for me this year is refinement, because the definition quite literally means the improvement or clarification of something by the making of small changes. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just compounding on the great strides I was making towards the end of last year. So what I'm going to do is get very, very clear on my 2026 intentions. And let me add this, because I feel like a lot of people, that last week of December is always like, let me run and write all these things I gotta do and start by January 1st. And it's not sustainable because you have no clear mapping or strategy plans in place that's gonna help you achieve those certain goals. And scientifically, by nature, we're still in winter. Winter is for resting and reflecting. The spring equinox is truly the real new year. So I like to look at Q1 or January through the early parts of March as the trial and error phase, okay? This is where you're going to be testing out the new goals or challenges that you're trying to implement to improve your new year, because the real new year starts in when? The spring. okay? So stop overwhelming yourself. Stop feeling like everything got to be perfect and on point and on schedule by the first week of January. I'm here to tell you, slow down, get clear, and strategize. Let's do this. So for me, I have a notepad. I'm trying to do the whole written out reinforcement of my goals. I am a digital planner. I'm a type A person. I will be putting out my strategy on my Google Sheets. I always make like a Google Sheet of this, and I always have something as a copy in my Apple Notes to have on my phone. I'm one of those, but I really want to write it down, reinforce it. I feel like that just sets the intention in stone into the universe. So I have this beautiful little notepad that I purchased at Pop Shelf for literally only $5. It's super cute. It's like this beige, I don't know what you would explain this as, but it literally matches with my overall bedroom theme. How on brand is that for me? So to start this off, I call this the 2026 intentions plan. I write out my intentions first, and through each intention, I'm going to strategize out how I'm going to achieve it. So for example, I personally have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 categories. And these are just my categories. There's no particular order. It's just what you really want to focus on in that year. So my first one is wellness. Because if you don't have health, you can't have wealth simultaneously, okay? Health is wealth. And right next after that is finances, okay? So we have wellness, finances, career, creative, love, and hobbies. So those are my 6 categories. Now, how I would break this down is 2 ways. The first way is the conservative way, just having 3, maybe 4, 3 intentions that you want to focus on in each category. If you're super ambitious like me, this is where you're going to put around 4 to 5 intentions in each category. For me, I'm ambitious, like I said. I definitely have a good 4 to 6 in each category because I'm not playing. So I've already typed out each individual thing. I'm just going to give you one example because I don't really believe in like sharing all of my things. But for wellness, I want to make sure I'm doing my annual test. And I do this every year anyway, especially when you have your, you know, insurance set up a certain way. Please take advantage of that. That's the grown adult thing to do. So for me, annual test, and with me being older, definitely want to make sure my hormone testing is like a separate test as well, just from like the blood test and everything. Just want to make sure that's functioning properly. I am 27, you know, just have to make sure everything is good and healthy. I don't really plan on having kids anytime soon. Quite literally, I don't want any kids right now. That's a whole separate conversation, but I definitely want to have an allergen and gut testing, just to see if I'm sensitive to anything. I feel like this will go hand in hand with my next thing, which is a solid workout routine / I want to lose 10 pounds. And if I don't lose 10 pounds, I will say this. What I did notice is body recomposition. So solid workout routine / lose 10 pounds, that's a separate intention. But, you know, 10 pounds looks different when it's toned versus just regular body fat. So I may kind of tweak that into just strengthening body recomposition. I was doing a really great job in the second half of 2025 of sticking to a solid workout routine. I'm just going to refine it a little bit. The next thing I have is going the holistic medicine / Chinese medicine route. I definitely want to stick to things that are a little bit more natural based instead of going into like the whole Western medicine for anything. If I needed Western medicine or medicine in general to heal anything, I want to look at the holistic route first before I poison myself with a bunch of other medications if it's not needed, okay? Next is an anti-inflammatory / whole foods diet. I definitely want to start cutting out a lot of processed things. I kind of did that a little bit in 2025, and then when I like went back to just eating like regular things, I immediately saw a difference. I saw the puffiness and inflammation in my face and overall body. You will see and notice a difference in the fit of your clothes. So that's one thing. So those are pretty much just an overall overview of what I have under my wellness category, just to give you an idea of the type of intentions that I have in place. Now, when you write out these intentions under your categories, you're going to write out the goals that you need to achieve to check that off. So technically what I did was put annual test. I put in parentheses hormone testing, allergen, and gut testing. Those are the 3 goals. Now you get to take those 3 goals and write out a timeline for yourself on how you want to achieve it. Now, we have the entire 2026, right? I think a lot of times people are trying to accomplish everything by the end of January. That's not realistic, because a lot of these intentions that I have are things that are just kind of spread out anyway, that can honestly go into, you know, years to keep coming on. So yeah, so with the annual testing, that is something that can get done within January and February max. The holistic medicine route, probably a month or two max. Anti-inflammatory foods diet, that is going to be a quarterly thing. I'm going to check in with myself. I'm going to start it off for Q1, see what worked, what didn't work, what, you know, recipes what recipes really worked for me, tasted great, and just really was helpful into my overall diet and schedule. When it comes to the solid workout routine, that is something that's going to have to be monitored quarterly as well. You know, after I try something for 3 months, one, you know, you can increase your weights on certain things, but just see what is actually making a noticeable or physical difference, and then tweak it each quarter. Yeah, so basically that was all the ones I had under wellness. So that's technically how I'm going about this entire process. And then after this will be mind mapping. Okay, now that I have all my intentions written down, I'm going to show you guys how I basically put this into a mind map. So this is called xmind.com, and you basically can create a map of all the intentions that you wrote down and pretty much map them out. There's different templates that you can use. I'm obviously using a free version, and I'm going to screen record on my Mac and show you guys at the same time as I'm talking to y'all. So let's see. Okay, so this screen that I have up right now is the map that I chose. It's very simple. I have all 6 of the topics of my intentions written out. So this is wellness, finance, career, love, hobbies, and creative. Now, mind you, this is just an example. I have my real one, but I just wanted to break this down and show you guys exactly how I was putting in the information on this chart. So starting with wellness, this was the one that I pretty much wrote out, and right here is the intention bubble. And then your intentions is the first thing that's charted over here. So I have annual exams, the Chinese medicine, holistic medicine, anti-inflammatory / whole foods diet, and a solid workout routine / body recomposition toning. So this is where you're gonna write your intentions. Now again, remember I was saying that the conservative way you could do this is maybe just having 3 intentions. Of course, I'm ambitious, so I said I'm gonna have like 4 to 5 on each chart, or each category. So just to break down how you would add goals to achieve each intention, you add another tab, and these are the listed out things. So what exactly am I going to do for annual exams? I want to get hormone testing, and then in parentheses I would put the timeline. So for this I put by the end of January, allergen testing, and a full panel blood work. That's you know getting your pap smears, getting all your blood work. Like basically I would honestly list out all the type of blood work and just work you would get done in general. But that is what you want to put aside to your intentions, right? So it basically just breaks down everything, so you have a structural plan, and in parentheses you're going to put a timeline. Keep in mind, like I said, for all these categories, these are not things that you're going to have done by the end of January and rush into the end of the finish line. You have the entire 2026, and quite frankly, to not overwhelm yourself even more, some things may flow over into 2027. You never know, but this at least gives you a visual guide of what you wrote down and how you're going to approach it, because I'm very big on like planning, because I believe that if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. Simple as that. So this is just how it will look when you put your intentions in, right? But another visual is just from the finance part. Like I said, you have them listed out. Again, conservative would be 3, ambitious would be 4 to 5. Then you're going to put the goals on how you're going to achieve each intention next to it. So overall, it's just a little map chart just to kind of keep you on track, where you can always go back and reference. Maybe you can do a check-in with yourself at the end of the month. Okay, cool, I've executed this, and that. This is what's on the top priority list for the next month. You can choose to do things monthly, you can choose to do things weekly, you can choose to do things quarterly. It's really up to you, but I wanted to break this down and show you guys a visual guide and the website that I use to create this. And again, this is xmind.com. Good morning, you guys. Today is Sunday and I'm just gonna like wind down today. Definitely go ahead and film this 36-piece winter capsule wardrobe like I told y'all. Basically, by the time you see this, the regular 36-piece wardrobe video will be out, but then after this vlog you'll see the styling video a couple days later. So that's what I have on my agenda today, and then after I do that I'm just gonna relax. But this morning I went ahead and prepped all of my meal preps for this week as far as lunch and breakfast. I feel like it's smarter to just do the breakfast and lunch portion when you just wake up in the morning, and then for me personally, the dinner meal preps is going to be prepped when I cook dinner tonight, because technically I go ahead and like eat it on that Sunday and then like the rest of the work week. So I was in a flow state this morning because I literally prepped everything so quick and easy. So for lunch this week I'm just going with ranch cool wraps, and they're in this carb balanced tortillas that have really high fiber, and I just have some pita chips. So in this wrap I have chicken thighs that I marinated with like ranch seasoning and garlic seasoning, and then I have a spring mix of carrots, spinach, spring mix lettuce, and then oh, microgreens is in this. So just something that's very low calorie and easy to make. This is what I'm gonna eat for lunch this week. And technically I only did 3 that are like sliced. Like the only difference between this batch and this is that this is for when I go to work, and then for this one, this is when I'm at home, since I work from home 2 days a week. And I just sliced these in half, and I didn't put any snack over on this side because I'm at home. I'll be able to choose whatever I want to like add to this meal. Now when I go in with these, this is my lunch portion with the crackers and the cool wrap, but I'm also going to add an apple to go with each one of these the 3 days I go into office. So my veggie batch that I have pre-mixed or prepared this week is a carrot salad. This is the one that I be telling y'all I pretty much marinated the same way that I would do when I ribbon carrots, but since I had some leftover shredded carrots, I just decided to do the mixture with shredded carrots. So this is soy sauce, rice vinegar, red wine vinegar, garlic, minced garlic, and then I put in some sesame seeds. Sometimes I do drizzle some honey in it, but this go around I didn't have any honey in it, but it's almost like a little carrot slaw, but it's so good. And then my veggie mix for the week is a bunch of greens and carrots that I basically mixed together. And I told you guys in my last vlog that I always line the container with paper towel. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then I put one on top just to absorb moisture. This keeps them fresh for like literally up to 2 weeks. But this is just a mixture of microgreens, spinach, arugula is in here, carrots, just a big beautiful mixture of veggies. I'm gonna eat this as a salad with all my dinner meal preps this week. And really like anything extra, like if I want to snack on something, I'm gonna just make me a salad because I got a lot to eat in this. Now for breakfast, I'm keeping it simple this week. Just got my egg salad mixture like I was telling y'all. I basically had that the other day. It's so good. And instead of making a sandwich, I'm probably just gonna do like just simple egg salad toast. And this is the Ezekiel bread that I get. If I don't get the orange one, I usually get the blue one, which is low sodium. But I love Ezekiel bread. A lot of people say it's disgusting, and I will say it's not the best if you like toast it and just eat it by itself. You have to dress it up, and that means if you're eating tuna, fish on it, chicken sandwich on it, or chicken breast to make it a chicken sandwich, egg something, toast with butter, like you have to put something on the toast for it to actually taste good. It is pretty bland, I'm not gonna lie, but it's very healthy for you. It is way healthier than regular bread. And if I'm not eating Ezekiel bread, I'm usually doing sourdough. I try not to do sourdough like too much because technically Ezekiel is healthier than sourdough, but I really do try to avoid regular white bread. I don't even really do wheat anymore like that. It's Ezekiel or sourdough. That's it. All right, so before I end this vlog, y'all, I definitely wanted to open my first few PR packages of the year for 2026. So the first one I have is a package from Ipsy. You guys know I'm an Ipsy ambassador, and I was telling y'all in my last vlog that I used to receive these all the time when I was in college. It was kind of like my aunt's way of giving me like a beauty care package when I was in college. So this is the Ipsy bag for the month of January. Let's see what we have. First, I have this Earth Harbor Barrier Boost Glazing Milk. And it's like a little spray. Remember I was telling you guys, these product sizes are like perfect for traveling. These are definitely TSA compliant. So it's like a way for you to test out a bunch of like sample size beauty items, but each bag is always going to have at least 1 to 2 full size items. So in this case, the full size item would count as this Hotline High Shine Lip Gloss. This is by Beauty for Certain, and it looks more of like a lip oil than anything. I mean, I already have lip gloss on, but yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that. It's like, it's very sheer. The shade is called Hotline. It smells good though. Can never go wrong with lip glosses or lip oils. Y'all know I collect these. Next we have the Tatcha Longevity Serum. This is so tiny. Literally, look how tiny this is. And then I also have an Elemis Pro Collagen Eye Revive Mask. I might use this tonight. But another full-size item I technically have is this Blink Tubing Brow Juice. Let's see. I don't think it looks like it's tinted, but it's not coming on as like any pigment. It's more like just some simple brow gel. Again, another perfect TSA compliant product. And then aside from Itsy, we have L'Oreal. Let's see. This is the L'Oreal Elvive 2% Hyaluron Plump Replumping Leave-In Serum. And then L'Oreal is showing some love again. Let's see. Okay, this one is loaded. We have some Brow Lamination Serum. I haven't really been using stuff like that on my brows besides just filling in my brows with like a regular brow pencil. So I might get into that this year. We also have some brightening eye serum. I've been getting like a lot of anti-aging stuff. Like, oh my gosh, is people thinking that I'm old now? Your girl is only 27. But this is what I have. And then let's see. We have some eyeshadow sticks. I definitely want to start playing around with eyeshadow again. Like normally I only wear eyeshadow if I'm like seriously going out and like putting on a really big beat on my face. Because y'all know I like doing simple natural glam. And usually that just means me putting on foundation, concealer, contouring a little bit. Sometimes little lashes, may put on a little eyeliner. That's it. Like I have been avoiding eyeshadow for a very long time. There was a like era when I was in like high school and college where I was beating my face down. I'm talking about having the full range color palettes of eyeshadows and doing cut creases and everything, and I just like slowly but surely phased out of that. And then let's see, I have some unscented hairspray. I need to get into that too because I'm like always doing some curls and then I don't even set them. I just be pin curling them. Some more serum. I have a sulfate free glossing 5-minute lamination mask. This is for your hair. And then the faux brow pencil. Oh, I'm glad I got this because I definitely wanted to start playing with some faux brow strokes. If y'all can see how this pen is, this is perfect for creating like hair-like strokes. Then I have some L'Oreal foundation and concealer. Definitely gonna try this out. Hopefully it's my complexion because sometimes if this looks a little red in the tube. I'm like a neutral slash warm golden versus red, but we'll see because you know how some foundations may oxidize. Now the concealer looks like it's definitely my shade. I usually go for something that 1 to 2 shades lighter to give me like that brightening effect. And then I have some moisturizer, another eyeshadow pencil, and some L'Oreal plump lip gloss. I have like 4 of these in my purse bowl, y'all. I love this. It has like this tingling sensation when you put on your lips to plump them up, and it does, I will say that. But I'm glad to have another shade. This one's definitely more of like a darker shade. The shade is called Worth It 601. Let me take this off so y'all can actually see. This is pretty. It's like a mauve shade. Definitely probably would line my lips with this, but shout out to L'Oreal, because L'Oreal is always showing me some love. But shout out to L'Oreal because they are always showing your girl some love. But I'm going to end the vlog right here, you guys, and get started with my day. Knock out this video. I may go out later, we'll see, but I want you guys to, again, remember, this is the calendar new year, not the official new year until the spring equinox. So take your time in Q1 of really writing out your 2026 intentions, strategizing out your goals by mind mapping, writing it down, getting very clear on what you want to accomplish and execute this year. I am rooting for y'all. Again, this is like a refinement year. If you don't feel like you need to completely rebrand, look at this as a refining year where you're just going to continue to compound on new personal improving goals, because there's always room for improvement. Don't overwhelm yourself. Take small strategic approaches, because small progress, honestly y'all, is still progress. Small steps towards what you're trying to accomplish is always still progress. So I'm rooting for y'all. Happy calendar new year. Wishing you all a wonderful 2026, and stay tuned for more videos to come, including more vlogs, more hair videos. Honestly, some pretty exciting things coming down the pipeline, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.